Okay, so welcome back. And now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about transforming rectangular equations into a polar equation. So we're going to take these, what we call Cartesian equation, right, in x and y. So these are the equations that we're used to seeing, x and y equations, right? Equations in x and y dealing with the Cartesian plane. And we're going to convert those to polar equations, okay? So let's do an example. And these are the equations that are going to help us do that, okay? So let's take an equation that we see in the Cartesian plane. And so it's going to be this one here. So let's look at this. Okay, and so this is going to be x squared plus y squared equals 9. Now, you may recognize this and should recognize this as a circle, right? So this is a circle with radius 3, and it's centered at the origin, okay? So, how would we, okay, so think about how would this look if we were looking at a circle within the polar coordinates in the polar system. Okay, think about what that might say. Okay, so you're talking about a constant radius, right? So the radius is 3. So we know it's the radius 3. Okay, and it doesn't matter what the angle is, right? So in fact, theta can be anything, and the radius will always be 3. So that should give us an idea of what this might look like in polar form. But let's do our conversion. Let's substitute in for these two and put things in terms of r and theta and see what we get. So let's do it. So x is r cosine theta, okay, squared, plus y, which is r sine theta, quantity squared, is equal to 9. Now we're going to simplify this. So I'm going to distribute the exponents. So this is going to be r squared times cosine squared theta plus r squared sine squared theta, which is 9. And now I'm going to factor out the r squared, and we get cosine squared plus sine theta. So I get cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta times r squared equals 9. And of course, cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is the identity, the Pythagorean identity, which is equal to 1. So we get r squared theta equals 9, which then tells us that r is equal to the square root of 9, which equals 3. And so our equation becomes r is equal to 3, which is what we thought it was going to be. Okay? So this is the polar equation that represents the same thing here in the Cartesian equation. Have a great day.